Hi, today we're going to talk about the power of positivity. The power of positive thinking is a popular concept and sometimes it can feel a little cliched, but the physical and mental benefits of positive thinking have been demonstrated by multiple scientific studies. Positive thinking can give you more confidence, improve your mood, and even reduce the likelihood of developing conditions such as hypertension, depression, and other stress-related disorders. Do you often dismiss your successes as luck? Do you criticise the way that you look? Do you wish you were stronger, fitter, healthier? Do you make excuses for not training? And do you find things that are more important to do first? And then, of course, you don't have time to train? Yeah, I could go on. We all get days like that where we're looking for alternatives to our training session. The thing is, we're all more predisposed to fixate on the negatives and not recognise the positives in ourselves, so it's time to take charge. We've been programmed not to boast about our successes, not to show off. Therefore, when they come, the joy that we derive from the achievement is often short-lived and quickly replaced by a sense of indulgence. How very dare we let ourselves enjoy that glory? Our brains are wired to detect the negatives and steer us away from failure and danger, but our inner core demands growth and challenge. This creates an imbalance in our psyche, which can either lead to us to stay in our comfort zone or to step out of it and grow and become the people we know we can be. If we give in to the nervous system and decide subconsciously that we're going to stay in our comfort zone, our subconscious mind will place the obstacles in our path to prevent us from achieving. We procrastinate and create a multitude of self-sabotaging excuses which we rationalise to lessen the blow of failure. We are creatures of habit. And habits are hard to change, but it is possible to change from an athlete who has a need to achieve rather than an athlete with a need to avoid failure. Our mindset and self-esteem were established in the early years of our life. So, of course, the task of retraining the brain is not going to be an easy one. It will feel weird, it will feel fake when you start, just like relearning any new skill. 5% of our brain is active in the conscious moment. It helps us to make decisions. The other 95% are our habits, things that we're doing without any conscious thought. So we will need to practice and focus on retraining the brain until it converts the conscious effort to the subconscious. There are many theorists out there that believe in the laws of manifestation and positivity, stating that if you're able to project a positive outlook, you will receive positive results. The same, of course, is true of the negatives. Gandhi was noted as saying, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." So if we exude positivity, we will attract more positive people and experiences into our lives. There are two types of characters that I work with, and for some, the need to achieve overrides the need to avoid failure. And what I mean by that is they thrive on the challenge, and failure is an opportunity to learn and grow. Of course, in an ideal world, we would all fit into the need to achieve category with an unwavering self-confidence, but unfortunately, that is not the case. You've already shown that you're willing to take a risk and embark on this journey, but do you struggle with negative thoughts and procrastinate before getting on with the task? If so, you may find that although you're keen to achieve, your dominant characteristics of someone who needs to avoid failure may override and prevent you from succeeding through procrastination or negative self-talk. There are several ways that people try to avoid failure. Firstly, don't take on the challenge in the first place. Well, it's too late for you. You're already on board. You've already taken on the challenge. The second way is to avoid failure is to not write down their goals. Have you written and submitted your goals yet? If you haven't got any specific goals, how can you fail? The third way to avoid failure is to make sure the goals are realistic and achievable. Once you've written your goals, it is vital that they are within your grasp. Too high, and you will just be reinforcing those negative self-beliefs. The fourth way to avoid failure is to tell people. Hold yourself accountable for your actions. Have you told people what you're training for and why you've taken on this challenge? If you haven't told anyone, I want you to tell at least 4 people that you're going to be doing your own personal triathlon at the end of this course. This means that not only have you set your goals, you're now going to be held accountable because those people are expecting to hear all about your event. The fifth way to avoid failure is to complete the sessions as set in the plan. No procrastination, no excuses. In week 1, you looked at how this training plan and completion of the triathlon would improve all the areas of your life. You looked at your overview plan, including all the sessions, and thought, that's easy enough to fit into my daily routine. Well, now is the time to check the reality of your schedule. Are you struggling to fit everything in? If you're struggling to fit the plan into your daily schedule, think of 2 ways in which you can alter your schedule to prepare yourself to allow for hassle-free training. Perhaps the key is to get up earlier, or maybe to have your kit ready the night before. Anything that will help you make better use of your time. Eradicate the excuses that you could use to justify failure. And finally, let's get work on creating that positive mindset. When you get up in the morning, start the day with a positive affirmation. Think about what you want to achieve and smash it. Make it a small but obtainable goal. Sometimes just getting out of bed is an achievement. If you've had a bad day, reflect and think about all the good things that you've done or the people in your life that you are grateful for. I found it was better to find humour in bad situations. This was brought home to me when I was writing my blog, Kitchen or Kona. I realised that people didn't want to hear about me moaning about my bad day, so I worked on putting a comedic spin on things. For me, journaling was the key to improving my mindset and my self-esteem. I realised that my failures were in fact lessons. What was stopping me from training was something as simple as my bike wasn't set up on the turbo, and that would prevent me from training because it was too much faff, which of course it wasn't. But there are times when you will find any excuse not to do something that you know will leave you feeling cross with yourself. To remedy that, I nearly always make sure that my kit is set up the night before. I say nearly because nobody's perfect. We're all victims of self-talk, negative self-talk, which tells us that we're not good enough. What are we doing here? Oh, I haven't trained enough, and the list goes on. But you can override the compulsion. When you feel nervous and insecure, tell yourself that you are good enough. You have done all the training and you will do this. Letting the negativity in unfortunately leads to self-fulfilling prophecies, where failure becomes inevitable and your entrenched self-doubt is only confirmed. Focus on the present. Don't think what if and if only. Take each day, each moment at a time. If you miss a session, it's gone. Don't try and double up to make up for it. Don't worry about what's happened or what about is going to happen. Just what is happening right now. And finally, try to surround yourself with positive people. From them, you will hear positive outlooks, positive stories, and affirmations. Finding positive people is such a difficult task. However, it is essential to your success and your journey through life. Now go out there and start your positive journey today. Remember, no excuses and no procrastination. Take care now. Bye-bye.